Hello there. I'm Joe Ruggiero, and welcome to my podcast, Inspired, and the people who inspire me. And I'm sitting here with my faith advisor, Dee Ann Lee. And I always love chatting with you because we never know what's going to pop up. But we do know, and this is something that just hit me, the hymn, Faith of Our Fathers. And it's interesting how we carry on our beliefs in this crazy world that we live in. New technology, things from the past and future, and spaceships taking off and trips to Mars, and we still hearken to what God has given us, and that's our surroundings.
Well, more than that also, he looks at us as people, that we are his people. All of us in the world are his people. And we're all different from each other. And that's one of the things I actually look forward to, is expanding that we're all people and we all believe in God, or whatever we call God. And
Well, I think to me many times, and that is addressing roadblocks. That we may be disappointed that we didn't get a certain job, or we didn't go to a certain trip, or such and such was canceled. And yet it's all part of the major plan.
so it is. So it is. And so often I see people or hear people complaining that they've got, I have to look at that, and I'm doing that, and this other thing's coming up. I don't know what's happening. If they would just slow down and take a look at where they are, and then find the place to fit in outside of just me.
When you purchased your home in the Pacific Palisades, did you have any idea that your grandson would come from Germany and be living in that home?
No, that was not in the in the works at that point. No, but
What a surprise.
Well,
And what a great grandmother you are.
that makes me sound older, but that's okay. um, no, but he's here for a reason too, and if I can help him in his life take 4 steps to accomplish what he an airline pilot. He's already driving my.
That you've taught me a way of addressing things. We all live it, and we're living longer, which is a blessing, and in some cases, it's mindful that we live in a machine. Our bodies are machines, and they constantly have to be checked and double-checked. But I think what you have instilled in me is that, and my father did too, the power of positive thinking. And I hate to keep bringing this up, but it all leads to that. And I think it's the awareness of our surroundings that you also encourage me to think about.
I think we need to be including the idea that, yes, we're going to have physical problems, physical challenges, whatever they're called, worried about getting this disease or that disease, or this foot, needs help, or whatever it is. It's okay. You still have your foot, perhaps, or you still have whatever it is that's coming down on you. I actually just got off the phone with my daughter, who had a very challenging sickness for a while. And she tells me she's still getting checked for it, which means that somebody out there has thought, we ought to let these people know, and we want to know what's happened with that. Has it progressed? Is it just solid? Is it good? What is it? But I like the fact that they do check on it. It never would have occurred to me that she had to keep going for these checks every couple of years.
Well, I also believe, too, that, and you mentioned it this morning, do you believe that we're surrounded by certain disciples or angels that help us lead the way? Now, I'm going to say, but I really believe when you said that this morning, I believe this in strange ways. My producer, really good friend, but he doesn't realize what he does for me, And I think it's so important to have this support system, which is an undercurrent that lives.
I think we need those kind of encouragements along the way, too, if we're going through something that's tough or something that's unfathomable. It's going to be okay. Whatever's going to happen is going to be okay, because as far as I can see, even if it would be the end or towards the end of my life because of something I might have, which hopefully I don't have right now, but is my life still here? If I'm sick, my life is still here. If I'm not sick, my life is still here. So don't give up on life. So many people just start worrying, oh, I'm going to die, I'm going to die, I'm going to die. No. Yes, you are, but don't worry about it. God's got you right here in his hand.
I just delight. We are at the beautiful Calabasas Country Club, and we're surrounded by nature, and we're surrounded by a spectacular view. It's a marvelous course. But to see you with your camera, oh, look at this, and oh, I didn't, and, then sharing it with me through your eyes. That's why I think an artist is so important, because they create with their own eyes, with their own imagination, with their own viewpoint. And I think that is the way we have to look at life, that we're a piece of art.
Mm-hmm.
That's been for us. So
Well, I know I can't stop taking pictures of things that I think are beautiful or different or rising somehow. There's a picture in our diary that is odd with a tree, and it looks funny. It's taken me a year and a half to realize that there's more to be there. So don't stop short of the end. Keep looking at this and see what's going on.
And I think people are a work of art too.
Oh, yes.
And I watch you negotiate in a room, a crowded room, and that you light on to someone who needs help. And that's a gift. I think
it's a gift for me too, because I'm hopefully lifting someone up, or at least walking with them on their journey itself.
we, when you encountered this woman who had come into the dining room, and she was sitting there alone, and no one encouraged you to get up and go over to her, only to find out that she was put there by her daughter and just left alone.
Yeah.
She needed someone. Human contact is so important.
It's huge.
And so many people go through as hermits, or they don't want to be bothered by other people. And it's so important to reach someone. Oh, it sounds like a song.
I've heard that one. Yeah, for sure. But it's again, you're standing with somebody. You're giving them a little thing else, and just how are you? How long have you been here? And just little questions, but being there with a friendliness about yourself when you talk to the other person.
What about music?
Oh,
Did we learn something from Sammy at breakfast?
Yes. Every day when you get to hear from a singer who's not a singer, who's a doctor, basically, and he was entertaining us quite nicely. It just lifts the whole scenario around us up.
I don't know if you know what the medical term is, but we are affected, and we see that with people who have had by music. And it'll be entertaining, or just individual Kathy, who is so moved by music that she stands and starts moving her. And that's powerful.
She knows all the words, too. Every song that she gets up and sings, she knows the words from those songs, no matter how old they are. She's amazing.
What encourages that?
I don't know, but I'm glad she's got that part of the brain, because she's going through challenges now, doing beautifully. So when she comes around somewhere, she is still smiling. She's full of her normal smile, even though she's in a different part of the facility. So she's a happy person. And I understand yesterday that, of course, and she doesn't give up. So many people, it's too easy to, oh, gee, I can't do this anymore. I'm not good for that. I feel too bad for this. Just throw it away. Ignore it. Let it go. This too shall pass is one of my catch sentences. This too shall. You go through a hard time of losing happening around you. You can be there and be for that person, or if it's you that's going through something, just this too shall pass in its own time.
I think it's good advice, and I do know that you hear a lot of sermons. You've heard a lot of preachers. What moves you most when you hear a sermon? Is it the down-to-earthness? Is it what motivates you? Because sometimes you'll come back and you'll say, oh, he was all right, or wow, I was really moved by this sermon.
Well, some sermons do move me, but I don't look to that particularly. I just listen to the whole thing and try and figure out what I would do with what he was preaching. I can't really put an answer to that
What's the
yet.
action? People are moved. And I think that Oprah said it so concisely because she's a big fan of Maya Angelou, who is now not with us.
Yeah.
But she encouraged Oprah because Oprah is a vehicle.
Yeah.
She says the right things. Her enthusiasm is right on. And she believes, and she told this to Oprah, your words will motivate people, motivate to do something, either doctor or get their high blood pressure taken, that makes them live. Your words motivate. I would seem to think that that is the same way with a sermon or a preacher that can say the right things at the right time.
That's right, exactly what you're saying, because some of them motivating, and others are just reading. Sometimes I have that feeling. I want to be filled. If I'm going to go to church, if I'm going to read something about the Bible or whatever's going on, I want to know what it means to me. What does it mean? What is he trying to tell me? Or she, whatever. What are they trying to tell us? And to me, you've got to keep it positive. I've had a lot of losses in my life, and I just keep going positively. This happened, but I had that friend for so long. I lost a daughter. I had her for so long, but I still welcome all the thoughts that we did together and all the things we did together. It doesn't stop that. Don't quit just because you lose someone. You can mourn them because you miss them. Mourning and missing are a little bit similar. But you got to come to terms.
Right.
I was lucky that many years as I had. You don't have with her. I know where she is also. As a Christian as well.
And she left 2 children. Mm-hmm. You are close to.
Yeah. But you got to not. You can't stop midway. We're midway through our life, at least right now. Don't stop being positive. Don't stop with whatever you're adding to this world.
This is
midway.
midway?
In this world.
That means I'm going to live to 160?
I didn't promise you that. If you're lucky, you can do that.
Right. Uh-huh. Well, I think it's important to share this because you come back from a sermon, and I'm not as good as you are in terms of my regularity going to church, but I have some challenges with my wife, as you know. Mm-hmm. But I do believe that you'll come back and you'll say, he didn't pick up one note. It all just came contemporary, what do you say?
Not sure.
Right from his soul.
Yes.
And I think that's so important, to be able to believe in such a way, to be able to speak that move people. And I think that's what your biggest gift is.
Probably because it was from my biggest difficulty, losing a daughter. She still had a 10-year-old and a 7-year-old at home, and she's gone.
And 2 husbands, too, you've lost.
Yes, that too, yeah. But the first husband was awesome, obviously. I wouldn't have married him if I hadn't thought he was awesome. He was fun-loving, he was good, he was encouraging, everybody loved him. He had that kind of a personality. The second one was quiet. But I didn't know him as well. I knew him because I'd been in a Bible class with him. It's the only way I knew him. And he was quiet, but he was and his faith meant his kids, the people with, he had different sections of people he would pray for every day and different parts of his kids' lives. Well, this one, that, and then the second thing, this particular son, all that. Every day ask him, how do you pray for your kids? How do you pray for them? And he said, well, I've got certain things that I know they need, so I pray for those. And he said, and I always end my prayer with, oh, goodness sake. I'm losing it right now, sorry. It's not coming. Dark on it, because it's real good. Keep them from harm, danger, disease, and the devil.
Yeah.
Amen. And I thought, whoa, that's
Right.
now my prayers. Because it was, it just took me, just
The
filled me up.
simplicity of it.
Yes.
It doesn't need to be involved.
No.
It has to be clean and simple.
Yeah.
And
And his were clean and simple.
right.
He even prayed with the guys that he'd worked with before, even though he didn't work at that company anymore. I mean, he just they were friends. So he kept praying for them.
Well, I think what I tried to believe is that I find morning and breakfast so important. And whether people wear their hearing aids or whether they just don't want to talk, I find it very challenging because I'm eager to begin the day with some kind of a discussion,
Yeah.
whether it be something that you enjoyed in reading, or maybe you saw a concert last night, or you saw a play, or you talked to your child on the phone. Something to start the day off with a positive thought.
Absolutely.
And it's so difficult to get people, because I guess people aren't morning people on the whole.
Well, even if it were lunch people, a lot of
Yes.
people
Well,
don't
it's
think
true.
about what's positive going on around them
Yeah.
in their life or the lives of the people around them. And just keep it focused on a positivity. I totally agree with you on that.
Right. Or to share. Share things that you thought were great. A piece of art or something that I love kids' art. And I find that so charming because it's natural, it's total exposure and of how they feel. And I know that there have been psychological studies of these pieces of art that children do. But I think that to surround yourself with this art, which I do, and both my wife and I enjoy it, and as they get older, it's wonderful to go back and just dwell on it and see that time period that represents them. And I believe in framing it and, going to a professional framer and making it a piece of your natural art or on the wall. So important.
It is, and it's family besides.
Exactly.
Because most of the pictures I have in my room are family pictures. One of them, an old one from my mother, and my brother was maybe 2 years old. I wasn't born yet, but I'm looking at the picture and I'm thinking, yeah, it's just another memory of my mom, of my brother, that kind of thing. Mom's been gone for a long time, of course, but my brother's still around, and just keep it positive.
I think I've told you this before, but there's a picture on my wall of my father and his family, because he's an immigrant, when they first came to the United States. And to look at the magic in his eyes, such a wonder of this new world. And he never changed his feeling about this country till the day he died, and he died in his mid-70s. But to see him as a 9-year-old boy with this engaging smile and eyes that were just lit up. And he was the oldest of the children. And he took that responsibility seriously, and it's just so wonderful to see it to dwell on it and to look at it and remember him through his eyes.
And it brings back, too, memory for me that it isn't all about me. This world is not all about me. And a lot of people think, well, it's around me. This is what I do, and this is the world. And they don't open up. But when you open up like that with your children, and each have a memory, a different memory of each child as you grow through, it just expands the gift of having children, or even having parents, because the
That's
parents,
wonderful.
too, have a big influence.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully that's a good influence, but for my life, it's always a good influence. I got scolded when I needed to be scolded. Wasn't in a bad place at all. I was in a good place. My parents cared for me like your parents, I'm sure, cared for you.
But you were very shy as a child.
Not with my parents. They
No.
couldn't shut me up. Excuse me. No, I was always a talker. So, yeah. And
Is there anything that you want to share with our audience? I know that you have impact because people at this point of our lives also wonder about their faith. Is it strong enough? Is it the right temperature?
well, that's what I'm working on now, actually, is trying to come up with the positivity in any conversation that I take or that I'm making with someone, just to keep it up. I don't care if you're 15 or you're 90 or anything in between. You're still here, and you're here for a reason. I don't think you're
right.
just here. You're here for a reason.
That reason is so important.
It is. We might not discover what it is yet, but maybe somebody, a friend or something, says, you've got that special whatever it is. And maybe it makes them think, oh, really? Do I have that? Yes, you do. It shows. It comes out. People can hear you or see
Right.
what you're doing either way.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thanks for with all of us. I call you my faith advisor. You constantly hold me up and get me situated on the right path, and I appreciate that. Thank you.
My vision of that is that you never get off your path either.
No.
So there you go. It's a pleasure, actually, to befriend you, know you, get to know you, that kind of thing. And then we expand that out in a podcast like this so other people can hear.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.